Good to see you.
Good to have you too, Milo. How are
All
you doing?
right,
Is
man.
the day going well?
I was wondering if I was gonna make it tonight, but I did.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad
You,
we're all
man.
here.
You
Yay! The gang's all here. Ta-ta-ta-ta.
it's on, Milo.
All right, thank you. Hell, the gang's all here. Pepe's back in, Marty. So we can get rid of him or whatever. It'd be nice. And
Keep getting rid of him until I can fix it.
okay. All right, let's see. Let me do this real quick. Do you need the host still, Marty, to do that?
I believe he does. Let he.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
just leave it. I'll leave it that way. I think we're ready to go. So are you ready, Julie?
I am ready to go, Milo.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. Julie and Milo show is here today. You don't want to miss a single word they say. Bringing you founders from the near and far. Listen as they tell you now just who they are. Listen to their stories and how they tell. In just 3 minutes how they're doing well. Telling us what it's all about today. And how they're loving that old blessed away on passive. It's a here today on passive. There's just no better way to listen to the Julie and the Milo shows. Then you can be the very first to know on passive. It's a here today. Julie and Milo show is coming your way Wednesday night on passive. All right, Julie, take it away, Julie.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Julie and Milo show. Let's see. We have some noise coming, so let's take care of the noises first. Let's see.
I think it's just me and you on it, looks like.
Someone is in,
That's all I see, but unless there's someone in the attendees, but I don't think so.
Yeah. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Julie and Milo show. Today is April 27th, 2022. Welcome all of friends, families, guests from all over the world joining the Julie and Milo show. Please remember, without you, there's no Julie and Milo show. Every week we get together to share our passions, to share the vision of Mr. Ashmufar, and to get together just to hang out together on Wednesday night. So today is the day that I get to listen to the show this morning, early this morning. There's a lot of us are listening into the Julie, the On Passive 360. And I believe that there's a lot of us have not listened to it. But before I get the show started, I like to invite Milo to say hello first to everyone and welcome everyone while I'll prepare to get that ones rolling. Milo, if you would, please.
Hey, how you guys doing? It's so good to have you, man. It's been an exciting week, and I think it's only going to get more exciting as we go. What a wonderful time we're having with On Passive, and the direction that we're going. We got to be happy about it. And remember, like Julie said, if you were not here, there would be no Julie and Milo show. So we appreciate you coming. Remember, everyone is important in On Passive. There is not one of you that's not important as a founder, as being part of On Passive. We appreciate you being here. We want to hear what you have to say. We want you to share the mic. We'll go with the 3-minute rule. You got 3 minutes. And if you got, if we don't have enough talking, we can go longer. It's all about listening to what we have to say tonight. So appreciate you guys coming, and back to you, Julie. Or you need me to keep talking? You still?
Yes, give me 2 minutes, please.
All right, 2 more minutes. I got 2 more minutes. I'm sure I can come up with something. I'm sure you guys loved what you've seen. Man, it's all rolling into one. It was it Friday? No, Monday. Monday we had a show. And then of course we had Red's recap, Marty's recap, 360, and I think we're going to see some of that maybe here in a few minutes. But Man, I'm telling you, we have some great leaders. We have On Passive is
John, I love you, John.
just the real deal. Was that Pepe again?
I think it was because someone wrote something in the chat to me, and now someone came on and said the same thing, whatever that was all about. So
Oh, okay.
maybe Pepe's sneaking in.
Yeah. All right. Well, Marty's going to take care of that, I hope. So hopefully we won't have any more interruptions. I don't know why someone would even do that. You know, to me, that's just, it shows, it really shows immaturity, you know, or whatever. So, but anyway, what's that?
You know, here's the thing. Opportunities and things that happen in life is for everybody. If you receive it, it's great. If you don't see it, it's good. It's okay. But when you do something like that, you know, you're literally taking the opportunity away from the people that wanted to know, that wanted to hear. So if you are currently have things in life that you're currently dealing with, and if it makes you angry, you know, I think whatever that is, the act of doing it won't change the current situations. You know, if you just think about it, open up for other chances, and remove that anger and look at life in a different way, then something's good going to happen. Otherwise, we call it a vicious cycle that we are circling around. So that's just something that I wanted to share with whoever that does the things that do that. So anyway, I hope that makes sense though. All right. So today, Milo, this morning when I was listening to On Passive 360, and Marty, Red, and Chris had done a wonderful job to clarify things, to emphasize things, and to summarize partial of what Mr. Ash is saying on Monday. And I believe it happened during the time a lot of us was even working or still, you know, being busy with their day. So I thought tonight we played that again. And Marty, I see Marty's here, Dan here, Milo and I, and Chris and other leaders, other people are actually here, that we can hear things, and then we can literally discussing things that is appropriate for us so that other people who are listening could understand. And I would say the video itself is a little bit over 40 minutes. I believe if you are taking time, even if you want to turn off your camera to listen to it, be comfortable taking notes, or things that you don't understand, put a question mark next to it. And then after we play the video, we can turn it off and then have you raise your hands again. And if during the video playing, if you have questions and you wanted to get yourself in line, we could do this. This show is 2 hours long. So the video itself is a little bit over 40 minutes, but it's packed with information and packed with a lot of things that we actually can use to share that with other people. Like I said, On Passive 360 is something that I believe from now on, it would be a great platform for a lot of us who could come on and not come on, but watch to get clarifications and get a better understanding of what Mr. Ashmufar is saying in the previous days, right? So, and I believe that wholeheartedly, and I like to use this platform on the Julie and Milo show for all of us to literally, I call this a mastermind session, where we are all sit together and mastermind the concept, or, you know, the information itself. So that's the reason why I play this. So I think we're ready to go. I'm not going to share a screen, so if you are comfortable to turn off the camera, it's really entirely up to you. And during the video, if you could please mute yourself so that we can have this go through clearly. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. This is On Passive 360. Another week has gone by. and I don't need to tell you unless you've been under a rock, a lot of big things happened in the last 7 days, to say the least. Today, I'm not going to give a bunch of shout outs. Mr. Red Redford isn't either. We have a lot to cover, some clarity and some things that so everybody understands what the best we can of what Mr. Mipara said on Monday. We're definitely shifting into a new chapter of Unpassive. It's going to be quicker. It's going to be more powerful. And yes, we know a smidgen of what is going on. No doubt about it. And what we know is massive. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Red Redford to say howdy.
Hey guys, great to be here once again. I'm just over in Spain at the moment for a couple of days, back to normality for tomorrow. I'm on the mobile phone, hence I can't do any shout outs. And also, as Marty said, we've got a lot to get through today. I did my recap yesterday for you guys. If you want to know what it's all about, just on my YouTube channel, the recording is there. That'll help explain a little bit more. Marty did his first part yesterday, which was excellent. We're going to cover some more bits and pieces today. But it's safe to know, guys, that if you are plugged into myself, Marty, and Chris Johnson, then you are going to be up to date. And this is what we are here for, is to decipher leader Ash Mufara and bring it to you in a audio and more explained version, so that we can wrap our heads around where we're going. Exciting times, that's all I can say, guys. Over to Chris.
Yeah, hey guys. Yeah, we have a lot of information to cover today, and where you're going to get all the right information is on Packet 360. I'm honored to be with Marty DeGarmo, Red Redford, every Wednesday, but every day we talk. And sit back, enjoy the show, and let's educate you all on what's happening on Passive. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
All righty. Might want to change my name. Give me 1 second.
If you start speaking in Arabic, Marty, I'm really going to be impressed.
I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. Anyway, okay, we'll get started. I'm going to be going through some notes, so bear with me. I really, we all do, want to make sure we're as accurate as we can. If we're not sure, we always tell you that's the best that we know. We're pretty sure because we do not want an untruth to go around. With a company this big, it's very important that you try as hard as you can to be truthful. So anyway, let me move on to some of the notes. I wanted to start by saying yesterday, when I had brought up that there will be headquarters in many countries and we will have partners. Now, I didn't emphasize what was meant by partners. What's meant by partners is these are employees of Mr. Mufara, but Mr. Mufara now and always has treated his employees the same as us, as partners. We are not hooking up to other companies. And if I did allude to that, I'm really, really sorry. I didn't mean to, but it sounded like it, and I want to make sure I clarify it. The company is preparing for something historical. Remember that. We're not preparing for a Saturday sale or president's sale. This is historical. This is big, big, big. And if you can't wrap your head around it, that's okay, because none of us really can. Not 100%. It's impossible. As big a mouth as I have, when I was asked what to say, my vocabulary wasn't strong enough to even explain how I felt. The marketing campaigns will be deployed, at which time we'll close the only position that we know of, and that's called the founder position. Now, keep in mind, there's marketing, and then there's advertising. There's separate things. Marketing is you're building brand, okay? Branding If you build the brand right, it makes the marketing so much easier, right? If you build the brand, it means the advertising so much easier. Why? As you're maybe explain the business, or you give a website out, or you share a video, if the brand is already there, it's a much easier sale, if you know what I mean. Like Mr. Mupara brought up the other day, if Apple made a 72-inch screen, does Apple have to tell you what they represent? No, they represent quality. So they don't need to do that. Why? Because they branded 100%. They're one of the best branding companies in the world. Coca-Cola, the Golden Arches, Nike with the swoosh. I mean, you know what I mean. Target here in the US, it's got a bullseye, okay? Anyway, the battle position will be closed. Adios. Everybody had plenty of time. Anybody we knew who knew somebody has heard, not the whole world yet, but a lot of people know about being a founder. You still have a chance, but it's not months, it's weeks will be closed. They're going to make sure that every product are tested and approved. And they will package them first in the best possible way for the user, which is unbelievable, not for the best package for how much money the company can make. They're going to be packaged in the best possible way for the consumer, which means value, easy to use, and unlimited AI induced. Big deal. Customer first, 100%. Then secondly, the company is turning to the founders to make sure that they are taking care of the best that they possibly can. And listen to me. Don't get all wrapped up on what you see and a number here and a digit here and all that. What matters is if you believe and you trust, then whatever you see in the back office shouldn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. And my team is pretty good sauce, and I could care less. So recheck yourself, get right, because you are in something that's going to take care of you and your family for the rest of your life. The focus will always be directed to the customer, value and user-friendly, flat out. He says, Mr. Mupara says that time after time after time after time. From the beginning, nothing's changed. Then they're going to go commercially, meaning selling to the public. Our pay structure on passive.
Julie, when you got muted.
That means everyone in a quick time will at least break even. That's unheard of. Now, I'm talking guaranteed to the 98% out there that never made a dime. And usually in the working online, no one breaks even. They actually lose money. Keep that in mind. When you hear about the 98, 97, 98, it's more like 98, that didn't make any money, the truth is they lost money. That's a guarantee. Whatever you hear, whatever you say, a nice thing is saying you didn't make it. I could build teams. I didn't just not make money, I lost money. So that's the facts. You're in a company where that's all going to change. After we go commercially, he said, yeah, the pay structure is brilliant, insanely genius. Right away, people will be, as quickly as possible, will break even. Everyone will become green from day one. As soon as you pay, you will be in the green. Now, what that means is, when you pay, you're going to get a small sign-up bonus. Unheard of. Do you know what that means? When somebody comes in, reseller, customer, whatever, they're going to get paid for the first time in their life in a business online. That stuff, that's historical by itself. It's historical by itself. At that stage, things will compound. There's your effort if you want to. If you decide, there will be the Founders Campaign. This is a bonus, by the way. The Founders Campaign is a bonus. That was added by Mr. Mufara. Okay. And then you don't pay for this. And then with the subscription, we get what we call paid marketing, meaning guaranteed visitors. And with the guaranteed visitors, if you put everything I said and everything Mr. Mufara said, Red and Chris, with the branding and guaranteed visitors, I think it pushes you up the line quicker if somebody going from, what is this? Oh, it's cool. Let me look it up. It's branded. People will start to know it around the world. It'll be a household name. The sale is more likely to take effect sooner because I believe most people, 99% of the people that ever see anything in OnPassive will be involved in one way or another, either free or as a paid member. People ask, how much are you going to make? He said, don't dare question that. Whatever the governments and financial institutions allow, we will do. Powerful stuff, right? Do you want to get paid like the other companies paid you? I hope not, because they didn't pay you. And you lost money. They're going to pay you the max they're allowed to pay and keep the company running for years and years to come. You will be paid directly and by your team volume commissions. So you get a sale, whether from you, from the company, your efforts, whatever, that's a direct sale. That's a direct commission. If your team gets a commission, you will be paid indirectly, a small commission from the commission. Okay, powerful stuff. That was explained. And I hope I'm doing it justice, but that's the way I understood it. And I watched it like every second of what was said. Directly and indirectly, team volume. He said you will get notifications, email, phone, back office, of when a commission was paid to you. Eventually, you will be tired of getting them, was the exact words that he said. I'm going to stop there and let Red and Chris say a little bit so I can get a.
I think it's good for us to kind of pause it right here, because after that, Red went on and recap it a little bit. So I wanted to see if anyone who has questions. Marty is here, Dan Street is here, all of us are here. We can do a little, mastermind, or if anyone has questions, please, I encourage, if it's not clear, or if you like to say something about what you just heard. Milo, what's your thought on what you just heard, Milo?
Well, I love the way Marty broke it down. It was beautiful actually, and if you don't realize what I think Marty's basically saying is you're going to get rewarded for if you make a sale during this bonus system. Now remember, most of us have been in for a while, so we're going to have people underneath you. If you have people or people in your organization, that if they make a sale also, you're going to get commission from that. So you're not only getting commission from yourself, but you're getting commission that's going to come up to you. Is that correct, Marty? Is that the way you understand it?
Absolutely. You will be paid from your team. The difference we can't use is levels and
Right.
downline and all those things. If we don't want to be an MLM, we have to remove the MLM verbiage and anything to do with that. So yes, you will be paid a commission from your teams. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's just called commission now. And remember, you get that commission, and I like to say a lot of times, when I sold, whether I made that sale or not, if I went out one time and I made that sale to the builder and anyone come into the lumber yard, and it didn't matter, any of the 20 lumber yards that we had around, if they went in and they mentioned that builder's name, it could be a customer, it could be a subcontractor, it could be whoever. But if they said, hey, put it on this guy's bill, all of a sudden, guess what? Guess who got the commission for it? I did, because that was part of my structure, and it's a beautiful thing when you see it working. It's nice, to know that, you do the work once, and then it's gonna follow you.
It's so true, though. The way how I believe that on passive build is focusing on customers and products. I believe, every single business, you have to have products, and you have to have customers, and the products of on passive are sustainable, that last forever. And the customers, we already have 1.3 million customers around the world. And then the part that's really exciting is that every product that on passive has are literally can be standalone or working together to deliver what? To deliver great results and values to customers, to anyone's that using it. And as I remember, there are products that are also free. There are some products that are free for customers to try, free for customers to do. And I trust what Mr. Ash and the tech team are doing so much, where I just focus on customers, products, customer products. And the founder positions for me too is my own business, right? So I treat my founder position, it's like I'm building my own business, right? So even though on passive will bring the customer to my business, but I want to be able to receive, I don't want to say profit. I said something in green or something right the way when I open my business. Therefore, I continue to work hard to build my on passive business. And I call it, I call it business instead of the positions, the founder position. And I take the word founders very seriously, because it means a lot to me, right? It means to the point where when you found something, that means you discovering it, you work it, you put effort in, you learn it, and you make sure that word founder stays there, wherever it is, on whatever the products that you are doing. Therefore, I look at the founder position differently. I look at it as if, this is my business. I'm going to be building it, and I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to make sure that it will last, right? And on passive, give us the platform, the programs, the products for us to be able to do that. Dan, I'd love to hear from you, Dan.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw a few things in here. Like most of you know, I've 30 years in medical sales, and I was on commission sales the whole time. That's basically what I've done my whole life. So it's based on sales volume. And so I like, for those people that have never been on commission and don't understand what commission is, it's based on sales volume. And I have been on the phone with people after the webinar. I've been on the phone with several of the people on my team. Probably several hours talking about commissions. They don't understand why we can't get into more detail about what the commissions are all about. And I said, look, it's based on sales volumes. You don't know what the sales volume is going to be. We have close to 50 companies that we're going to have. You don't know who the customers are going to be that are going to fall underneath you, and what they're going to buy. And the commission is based on the sales, the dollar volume. So you're going to get whatever that percentage commission that Ash is going to give us, which is going to be, as he told us, very, very significant. He's going to share the majority of the profits with all of us. So we don't know what that percentage is going to be. We don't know what people are going to buy. Therefore, we don't know what the company is going to bring in for us. And we also don't know what we're going to generate ourselves. We're going to be generating customers ourselves that are going to be buying products. We don't know what that sales volume is going to be. We don't know the customers that are coming in from the marketing campaigns that Ash is going to run for us. We don't know what these people are going to buy. So it's very, very difficult to say, okay, you're going to make this amount of money. That's the MLM mentality. You know, the MLM mentality is that, hey, I'm going to make 10% of this one product. And really, they only have one product to sell. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of passionate about this commission sale thing, but we don't know what that product is going to, and we're just getting started. Everybody's going to be in the green. And the projected volume and the massive growth of this company, that's the key message I got from Ash the other night. The key message I got we have to be prepared for this massive growth. And that's the big message I got from him. We are prepared for this massive growth. We are going to be here for the long term. And those commissions are going to be paid out to all of you for the long term if we're prepared for that massive growth. There, I'm done.
All right, that was great stuff, Dan, and that is so true, man. I love what you said about, you know, the commission sales, and it's true. If you've never worked in commission sales, you might not understand it, how it goes. But one thing that I love about this, Dan, is not only are we going to get that sale the first time, you know, we make that sale, whether we make it, the company brings them in for us, or however they get there. Anyway, we've got commission coming from a sale. Remember, that's gonna multiply. That's gonna grow, because here's the thing: if a person comes in and maybe they only buy one product, you know, in the beginning, I don't even know exactly how it's going to work, but let's say they buy one product, then they come back and get another one, or say, you know, down the road, we all know that Ash is going to make it bigger and better, you know, that we'll continue to have product. How is that going to work? You know, the commission comes in, it's going to grow over time for us. So it's very important, I believe, on that first 6 months, man, to do everything you can. If you go out there and you share it with people, and I always say consistency, consistency, consistency. If you share it with people, don't worry if they don't buy or if they don't want it. Just wait for them to come around, because sooner or later, you know, they're going to see it, and the light bulb's going to go on, and they're going to go, man, Dan Street told me about this long time ago. Why did I not get in then? And they're going to kick themselves. I promise you.
Well, one more thing, Milo, on that. You just brought up a very, very important point. You know, I was just talking about the sales and the sales volume generated by me. But when any salesperson out there knows that if they go out and, like let's just take my medical business, for example. I went out and I recruited and converted orthopedic surgeons to use my products. Okay, those orthopedic surgeons would use my products, and I would get commission whether I was covering the case, whether I was there with them or not. I was getting commission off of the volume that all the surgeries that they were doing, whether I was there or not. Okay, and it's the same thing with our teams. Our teams are there, and we are going to benefit from commissions from our teams, you know, exponentially. And that's a very important point.
I believe it too. I mean, you know, when you look at those numbers and how they multiply, it's an incredible proposition that we have. And everybody should know that you're just in this wonderful place, you know, that it's going to be good. I see Mr. Chris Johnson over there. Chris, come on down and say something to us.
Something. How you doing, Milo?
Hey, Chris.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that Marty is doing this, because a lot of people were confused, or maybe they didn't understand it. So I think he broke it down pretty good. And let me tell you something, being a team player with Marty DeGarmo it's a lot of fun. I do go, and he hates when I say this, or he doesn't like when I say that, excuse me. He can't stand when I raise him up because I believe he turned his camera off. Anyway, Marty DeGarmo's a great guy, and he's a very good listener. He's also a very good explainer, if that makes sense. So I'm extremely happy that he does this. Same with Red. I'm just a funny guy trying to get a giggle out of everybody, but it is an honor to work with these two guys. So Milo, back to you.
Julie?
I'll take the mic from Milo, actually. But, last night on Oblast webinar with Chris, Mr. Ash Mufarad was there. I have brought up a point, and then later on Leon also, because Leon and I do talk every day regarding our business, on passive business. And what we brought up yesterday was the foundation of what Mr. Ash is doing. It's products are also important, but the foundation, if you build anything at all, the house, if your foundation is not strong, it's not stern enough to hold the infrastructure on top of it, it won't last long. So what Mr. Ash Mufarad and the team are doing is they are building the foundation of OnPassive. And I believe the foundation of OnPassive is our brand, OnPassive itself also. And then you can also, with this, all the expansions that are going right now in terms of building, he said they're going to fill up the building in Hyderabad. And then soon the 2 offices in Dubai, and then there's other buildings that are coming. So I believe very strongly of what he's doing right now is focusing on that foundation, focusing on that so that the growth, because all of us can see that the growth of OnPassive is rapidly right now at that point. And so with that thoughts in mind, we're going to continue to play the OnPassive 360 this morning. And I encourage you, if you could raise your hands, share what's your thoughts, and then we all could do this together. All right. So let me play the video.
Drink because I'm getting a dry throat.
Okay, thanks very much, Marty. So that's fine. So let's recap on a couple of things, what Marty said, and also from what Ash Mufarad went over as well. As far as the shift now from the focus of the founder's position onto giving the customer the value for what they need. Why is this important to us as founders? Quite simply, we as founders make 0 commission unless a sale is made. So we are now going into the next stage where we are focusing on giving the best value that we can to our customers. This is what this business is all about at the end of the day. For over 3.5 years now, we've been focusing on building our branding, building the products, building our base of OnPassive. But we have always had this focus on us as a customer-based business. This is what we are moving towards. The founder's position, as Marty has said, is going to be over in weeks. So we need to start focusing on what is going to bring us as founders and the company money, and that is sales. So the focus is now purely and simply on the customers. We as founders, when a sale is made, we are going to benefit from that sale, whether it's personally, indirectly, from our team size as well. Now, people have been getting a bit het up about, oh, I don't know how many's in my team. It's important to me to know, and all these types of things. It really, really does not matter. The company knows how many is in your team, and you will be paid for that amount. It's as purely as simple as that. If you are a person who said, well, how do I know? Quite simply is you don't need to know, because the company will pay you. And guess what? Every single month when you have had your payments, your team is going to increase, because that's the nature of how OnPassive has been designed. Our worst month we will have is our very first month. From there on in, it gets compounded, it increases, and that is beneficial to us as founders. Now, founders have also reached out to me and said, well, hey, Red, remember when we joined, we had a time and date stamp. Is this still applicable? Is it still important? Absolutely. Very, very much so. From day one, nothing has changed whatsoever about the importance of your time and date stamp within OnPassive. This is all going to be worked out within the fantastic pay structure that is going to be developed for us. And remember, guys, what we have our hands on now is better than what we thought. We were given figures beforehand that were loose or guidelines. We have been told that it is going to be better than we ever thought. So this is why I myself am very excited about the way we are developing, the way we are moving forward. This is all preparation. It's preparation for us as founders. It's preparation for us as a company. And this is what our CEO is trying to do, preparing us not only for the volumes of people that are coming in, but also us as founders. He does not want us to wake up one morning with a shock on our faces thinking, oh my God, you know, he wants us to be prepared for how important our founder's position is. That's it for me for now. Handing over to Chris, and then he'll go back to Marty. Over to you, Chris.
Thank you, Red. Thank you, Marty. I'll try to be quick. I want to update you guys on Obless and what we've been doing. Ash Mafara showed up last night.
Sorry, Chris. We're going to talk about Oblast in a bit. So I'll play that part in a little bit. So what Red just said and what we've been saying, it's a lot about customers, right? About having customer. And I think, like I said earlier, our founder position is basically a business that we literally just, handed to us, right? We don't have the key yet, but preparing for it. So customers is the biggest important part, I believe, it's in the business because customer bring in money, right? Bring in green. So I think it's really important for all of us, as founders, that if we don't have a customer in our business right now, make a goal for yourself to see, I want to have one customer or two customer in my business by the times that on passive or by the time we have the key to our business. What do you think, Milo?
Absolutely. The more customers you come in with, the better, even if that customer is yourself, But one thing I like that Red said was, as far as the team, we don't need to know. Remember, this is something we've never experienced it before. So normally what you've experienced is you want to know what you're getting paid because, you want to know that you're going to be compensated for it. In this situation, guess what? Does it really matter? Because you're going to be making, the apples that are coming in, you're not going to have to worry about that. And you don't have to worry about your team because if you sell 3 million products one month, hey, you probably had 3 million sales. That's all you need to know. With commission, that's all that matters. And the truth of it is once I think that it starts going, no one's going to worry about it. I like to say, the pay compensation plan, you're not going to have to worry about it because it's going to be patented. I believe this is what I believe. Now, I don't know for sure, but I don't think we'll know what the pay comp plan is. But you know what? How many of you drink Coca-Cola? Just about everyone here, right? But not one person knows what that recipe is because it's locked away in a vault and they're not going to give that out because that's a secret. And I believe that this is what it is. And Red made a great statement. We don't really have to know how many's on our team, or whatever. That's irrelevant. And I believe that brings more of a family type atmosphere that we all work together. And there's not going to be, well, she's on this team or he's on that team or this or that. We're all going to work together. That's what I feel, Julie.
Yeah, I agree with you, Milo. And also another thing that I wanted to bring up is that, if we focus on the pay plan, and I don't think we could ever understand the pay plan, right? But if we focus on the values of our products that we are offering to the world, because all of the products, I said all of them, right? The ones that's coming up, are beneficial for the world. It's are the values that I believe that on passive will offer, and that value is that I believe is the most important part, because when you offer something that's that valuable, customer will still rolling into your business just like no other place. Not only that, on passive has actually Mr. Ashmore, he know exactly what to do when bringing in customers. So both customers and products are working hand in hand, but I'm focusing more on the values of the products, and that will help bring in more customers. So yeah, so I would say focus more on the product to sell, because the amount of team members or customers that coming in, they will roll in. But if we focus on how the product's going to benefit the world, I think that would be, yeah, I feel that's more valuable. William, I see that you have your hand raised. I'd like you to join in with us, please.
It goes back to, getting away from the MLM pattern. People have been so conditioned to think that way and pay attention to teams and numbers that they see. I think it's just a matter of, people breaking away from that and learning to concentrate on the products and the value of the products, rather than concentrating on, a set of numbers somewhere. They really, to us, it really doesn't matter. Ash has a grip on it. He knows what's there. The people in India know what's there, and nothing's going to go astray. It's going to be accurate. So I think we need to dismiss the thoughts of this is out of place, that's out of place. Let's forget about it. Let's dwell on better things, because those numbers really, they don't matter.
Absolutely, William. That's a great point. Roll with the flow, man. It's not a done deal. I mean, it's a done deal, but it's, if there's a slight change here or there, hey, what difference it make? We're all blessed. We're so blessed. All right, next up, we got Mr. Bruce Gerstein from Florida.
Hello, Mr. Milo and Miss Julie. It's so wonderful that you're having this webinar for all of us, and I love and appreciate it very much. And Marty and Chris and Red and everyone here, I appreciate it. I was thinking, and Chris can correct me if I heard it wrong, but I heard Ash say, once we launch, everyone will wake up with green in their business. And I think that was phenomenal, because the one thing everybody in the world wants to know is, am I going to make money? And he said, we may not make a lot, it may not be a lot, but there'll be something there. And that starts it all. I was thinking about what happens when we launch. Let's say I have my business and I'm in there and I start a business and I really am wowed by the products of OnPassive. And somebody I know isn't in, and I start to tell them what I'm doing and how much money I'm saving from what I've been doing online. And what happens is we live in a viral world. So as soon as one person tells another person about what OnPassive did for them, regardless of what we tell them as founders now, it's going to just multiply, because people will see how much they're going to save. And what do people like to do more than anything? Have a bargain. And OnPassive is the most incredible bargain in the world, in the history of the world. This is a real paradigm shift. One other thing I was thinking, a lot of these brand things, like if I say to you, pop, pop, fizz, fizz, if you're old enough, you would know what follows that. If I say things go better with
Coke,
or if I say, well, I should have had, you know what happens after that, what the saying is for the brand. OnPassive would be a brand of a different kind, but what Ash is doing with what he's doing in Dubai right now is absolutely branding the name of OnPassive to be embellished in people's minds And they won't be able to forget it when they say, yeah, I was in Dubai and the thing was flying all over the place. And people will look at it. So we're in a very good place. There's also a song I remember Carole King wrote from the Monkees. It says, I'm a believer. And that's what we are as founders. What we are believers in the vision of Von Passive and of Ashma Farah. And as long as we believe in the vision, everything will continue on in a perfect way. I don't worry about people who are negative because if I don't listen to them, I don't give them any power. When they don't have any power, I do what I do. So what I'm doing now is on passive. And that's all I do every day. Every day I'm on seminars. Every day I listen and I listen and I learn. And the more I learn, the more I'm excited. And I'm more and more excited every day. I don't know when we're going to launch. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is that we're here as a family, and we're here as one wonderful family of On Passive. No matter where you are, On Passive will be. So anyway, I'll stop there. I'm enjoying what you're doing here, Julie. It's great going over 360 today.
Thank you, Bruce. Thanks so much for your words. I was thinking about bringing up products of On Passive because there's so much value in it. But then I saw the video that we have, still have a good segment there. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video, and hopefully we have more time. I would love to have Marty, Dan, and then Milo and myself would talk a little bit more about the values of the product. So let me go ahead and play the video first, and then hopefully we'll have time to talk about the products.
I actually texted him. I said I needed some direction, Ash, and he showed up, and boy, did he give direction. I want to thank Daryl Cook. I'm going to read some of his notes real quickly. I want you to understand who Ashma Farah is. He came in there with a big smile on his face, number one, as always. And he said, he was talking about poverty. He said, we need something completely different, totally out of the box. I believe poverty can be defeated if we have the will. Do we have the will? My answer is yes. I know all yours are. With AI, new technologies, all is beautiful. But if we go the same way, we go after our own success in business, or the success story is in after poverty, we can succeed. He's saying, we're going to work on, bless, as hard as we are in passive, we will succeed. He said, we need to understand the roots, the causes of poverty. We can't just throw a Band-Aid on something like they have the past 100 years. All right, yes, we're going to need governments, but they also need to be fixed. So I believe Ashma Farah in his wonderful ways, and this is what he said that really blew me away. I'm not going after homelessness. We need to aim big and solve the entire problem of poverty. Shoot for the moon, and if we miss, we will hit the stars. I absolutely love that. Just imagine that we go after all of poverty, then all is blessed. We've achieved it, just like we're achieving an impassive, okay? Blessed is not a business. Blessed comes from the heart. It is our platform to share to the world how much Ashma Farah has thought about this. He didn't think about just building a business. He thought about changing the face of the world, all right? Through helping everything in poverty. There isn't one thing that we're going after. We're going after everything. And if your will is as strong as mine, Ashma Farah's, Red's, Marty's, and a whole bunch of other people, we will achieve this. But we don't give up. We keep going. Remember, Unpassive is a unique company. We do things different. Look in the history, folks. There's many people that have tried, but have failed miserably. They didn't understand it. Education is the key. If we can truly educate all ourselves on poverty, everything in poverty, we will succeed. And I know we got 1,300,000 founders right now. And I did just make a beautiful, Daryl Cook made a beautiful poster of acid solutions for poverty. I did place it in the back office under updates. Why? Because it's very important. It's very important. I also pasted it on my Facebook. Share that out. He's basically saying, you help one person, 1,300,000 people, help one person on the streets, right? Getting them involved. It's going to just explode because those people now are going to have a way to succeed, to get off the streets. And what are they going to do? They're going to go out and share it with their friends that are having those same troubles. Okay. It's not just about homelessness. It's about fixing things that we've overlooked for over 100 years. You now have a company called Impassive and a beautiful mind of Ash Mafara who help us, let us come along with them and completely bless the world. So I'm very excited. I am also finding a way where I can put all the notes to bless so that everyone can read them. Just like Peter Shirley puts his notes, I want to do the same thing, but I'm going to try to put them in a different area so everyone can join. Guys, all it really is having that will, like Ash said. All right. How we do anything is how we do everything. Ash Mafara's words, absolutely love those words. If you just have the will, your mind, you can do anything. Let's do the right thing. Let's take Impassive to the top, but let's take the rest of the world that's been broken for years and let's change them, help them, and let's just go crazy. Marty DeGarmo, back to you, my brother.
Fantastic, Chris. I was on there last night too, and he said something else that was pretty powerful. Let's go after this like we built Impassive. Over the top, shoot for the moon. Chris is right. Powerful stuff. Okay, I'm going to go back to some of my notes. They said that they were going to give us the name of each person and as they purchase products or packages, and he said this is no longer the case. He said, you will know the package amount, whatever the code of the product is. So as something's purchased on your team and you're paid a commission, you will know a code of what was purchased. That's just as good, trust me. He said, if you trust what the company does, it's for a lifetime, not just for a few years. We don't want any loopholes. And because, listen, I have said this before. I've been online a long time. This is my 18th year. And I've been in with so many so-called, what we call launches. They were a joke. I believe every launch that I was ever in failed. Now, some of them crashed and burned the day they launched because they could not handle the amount of people. Some of them crashed and burned because they couldn't handle the growth. And that was in with days and weeks. And the other ones they couldn't handle because the coding was done sloppy and people weren't paid correctly. And then they got the big sign down for maintenance. Do we want this? No. Does it matter what we want? No, because Ash is going to make it the best. If you have the faith, you have the belief, let it go. I know I do, me and my house, no problem. So just be happy that you are part of something that will change not only your life, but your kids and your grandkids. Historical, what we're part of. He said they are preparing for a global acceptance and, big word, to go viral. We want to keep everyone happy so the website is not up and running one day and down the next day with that fancy sign down for maintenance. Meaning, you want all the coding right. You want all the money right. You want to be 100% up to par as far as governments and everything else, okay? It's very, very important. If that takes a few weeks, a few months to do that, trust me, it's the best thing that could happen, okay? It's the best thing that could happen. The governments have the right to see codes and see panels, okay? Everything. Now, don't get all panicked. No, they have no right to look at your personal stuff, pay, volume, email, stuff like that. But they do have the right to see how people are treated. And because Ashmufar is over the top on how he treats people, he's inviting people in, inviting governments in. Here's what we got. If you don't like it, let me know now, because we're not working. When we go, he doesn't want to hear about it later, right? It makes sense. It's a big deal. Anyway, the company makes sure everything is pre-vetted, audited. That means when we go live, 100% good to go. Everything. The company from the beginning, because of Ashmufara, has been proactive. They're ahead. They're not going to do something, then later, hey, let's see if we can get away with this. And if they catch this, we'll modify it. That means downtime. That means you could be in trouble. That means a lot of things could happen. He opened it up, very transparent. Here's what we got. Here's what we're doing. And if there's any feedback, it's, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're doing this for people and your founders. That's facts. The pay plan is simple, most generous, and sustainable. That word sustainable is music to my ears. Look, you could get happy money, right? Here's $100 and then never see any money again. What good is that? It's worthless. So sustainable income. Don't use $300 anymore. The company's desire is to be under that, if possible. But don't use any cost. It's very affordable. It's very affordable. It might be less. It hasn't been determined 100% yet. There's a lot involved in determining the price of the products. And I'm going to say this again. The company has overhead that is concrete. It is what it is. Employees, building, all the stuff that's overhead, paid advertising, everything. And then from that, you have R&D where you always want to stay ahead. After that, then we have the money that can be distributed according to the company. And what it sounds like is the company's going to distribute as much as they possibly can. We want everyone on the planet to have access to the products, which means that's why at the lower cost that he can do, opens the door for that many more people, okay? So that's why. There will be many, many freebies for guests to come in, look around, shop, no pressure. And trust me, there will be something there, maybe not today, tomorrow, next week, a month from now. It doesn't matter. They will say, I want that. That's a guarantee. My opinion, that's a guarantee. Passive is going to have what you want or you're using already. There will be commercial and enterprise levels. Okay, that speaks for itself. There'll be packages bigger for bigger companies, enterprise levels. This is music. And trust me, the commercial and enterprise levels will save big, big corporations mucho money, okay? Big money. Everything in the back office that mentions the old pay plan / that bad word matrix from the back office is gone. All the links have been updated under my links. The final stages of debugging facial recognition, this is big, by the way, is being worked on right now. Big news, big news, OConnect is completed. It's being tested. And once the data center is complete, it will be open to founders first. Now, keep in mind, the data center is important for something as big as OConnect. because there's a lot of data going to be used, especially when you're talking unlimited and videos, live videos. So that's the order. It's done, being tested, will be tweaked if needed, and then it will be open to the founders. They are expanding the compliance team, internal and external venting of founders, meaning they're going to see, and they know already many founders, if they're being positive. Now, the company's not trying to tell you how to act or what you do, but if you're out there bad-mouthing the company, slandering the company, it's not going to be a funny ride for you. Okay, I don't know why people think they can go all over some founders and think they can run their mouth and say something and think they're going to get away with it. You don't think that there's, like Ash said, there's geeks in the company? When I say geeks, that's all due respect. That's guys that can figure out anything with a computer, okay, or online. So you can run, but you can't hide. They just want to make sure that everybody is compliant. It's very, very important. It's important for the company. It's important for me. It's important for you. It's important for the longevity of the company. Haters out there will be taken down. It's very simple. They are not going to make a penny by attacking Passive. They better lawyer up. Now, I know they're watching and they're laughing. Oh, it doesn't matter. Have fun while it lasts. The company has no intentions of going out beating on people, but there are people that work for the company. They have families. There's us who dedicated months, years, and we found a home here, and the company just can't sit back with all this work and all the love put into the company and let a few, this is not from the company, this is from me, butt heads cause trouble and slander the company. Sorry, just the way it is. When the company does get to the branded arena, in other words, if it starts to become a household name, it'll be easier on all of us, no doubt. And the branding is being done now. That's all I have. That took me about halfway through the webinar. So I will do some more tomorrow. And again, on Friday, I should be finished. I know I took a long time, but I thought that meeting on Monday was a turning point and very important that we all understand. Thank you very much. I got to try through it, and I hope to God somebody else talks. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Marty. I said yesterday on my live when I was doing the recap how important this webinar specifically is to watch again. I got so much more out of it watching it a second time. Obviously, when you're watching it live, you're not really listening. You're maybe trying to pick up on certain things that you want to hear, and you're not listening to other things. Listen to it a second time. It makes a much wholer picture of what Ash was trying to say. Like I said yesterday, my one-word take from yesterday was preparation. I love what we are doing right now. Everything we are doing is not only preparing the company for what is going to be happening, but like I said, preparing us as founders as well. It's a great stage to be in because it is that final stage before we go to the most important part, which is the launch. And for me, this is the most exciting time of where we are within the company. And you guys should be as well. Anybody who is not excited about where we are and the position we're in right now, then you don't deserve to be a founder, because excuses, why aren't we should be, all of these types of terminologies. If you are using those words and you are one of these people, you need to give your head a bit of a wobble because we are nearly there, guys. You know, if you are a founder and you're watching this, you are in the best shape of your life right now. And that is because we are so close to this finish line. We really are crossing those T's, dotting those I's, making sure that everything has been checked, double checked, so that when we launch, it is going to be a smooth ride. Remember, the launch party is not going to be a big shindig to the world, because the world will already know our name. It is going to be a celebration of what we have already achieved as a company. It's a celebration of you as founders. It's a celebration as us of leaders, of the tech guys, of the people in Dubai, of absolutely everybody who has got some part of On Passive. We are celebrating our success for actually doing something that is right, legal, legitimate, and it is going to change the face of the universe, the world as we know it. Remember, Ash said this himself, okay? On Passive not only will be a household name, but it will change how things are done online. We are going to be the school. We're going to be the teachers of how to do it right from word go. Like I said yesterday, many of these big companies out there, look where they started. They started in rooms, backyards, sheds, all of these, and they have worked their way up to where we are now. We are starting higher than most of them dreamed they could get to, let alone starting in a shed at the bottom of somebody's garden. Anyway, that's it for me. It's been a fantastic 360 once again. Over to you, Chris.
You guys, once again, love part twos on both your parts. I want to tell you something very important that you both missed. All right, Ash Mafar sent this last night. An update about our marketing campaigns in Dubai, the Burj Khalifa, from Ash. This is last night, we had more than 125 founders from the UAE. Some of them are bringing multiple founders already. The marketing campaign, the unique way Ash Mafar is doing this is working. Now that's in the UAE. Globally, I don't have that number, but I know we're signing up over 1,000 people a day because of the marketing campaign, the strategic campaigns that Ash Mafar has come up. There's more to come, guys. There's a lot more to come. Listen, everything is done from scratch and passive. And passive was built through scratch. All right. Each individual that came into Impassive is built from scratch by learning the Impassive way. Bless is built from scratch. It doesn't get any better than this. Keep sharing this out, guys. Keep finding the people that really truly need Impassive or Bless. And remember this, the most important thing Ash Mafar said. How do you beat negativity? You ignore them. Do you think the great minds of the world history listened to negative people? They moved forward. They kept going, just like Ash Mafar is doing and taught us all. So when you come across negativity, turn away. What does God say? Turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. Because negativity doesn't win anything. All they do is sit in that same hole. Guess where we're at? We're at the top. We're global. We're nonstop. And if you haven't heard about Impassive, you can ask any one of the 1,300,000 people all about it. They will be glad to share it with you. Marty Red, thank you from my heart for always letting me be part of this. Ash Mafara, keep those visions coming because they keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's what Impassive is. I love you all. Marty, back to you. Shut her down.
We're going to shut it down. I believe this is a very good 360. Remember, we are here to serve, okay? We're founders the same as you. And if we do the right thing and help you, we did our job. Anyway, thank you very much. Once again, I'll be on tomorrow to try to do part number 3. Yeah, I'm a little slow at it, but it's on purpose, by the way. Tonight is...
Wow. I really liked what I hear. What about you, Milo?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, it was It was good words. And when you do listen to it a second time and you listen to it, you always can get something else from Ash, that when you listen to it the first time, you don't get it all. But just some great things coming up, Julie. I love it. Just some
Sure.
wonderful things coming up.
Yep, absolutely. So as I said earlier today, I like to focus on sharing the values to people, and I believe the biggest values for all of us here are the products of OnPassive. And I'd like to have a conversation with Dan Street and Marty and Milo and myself and Chris, anyone who like to talk a little bit about the products of OnPassive so that we can communicate with our viewers, our listeners, and welcome all our YouTube viewers are actually currently watching multiple channels of OnPassive on YouTube now. We'd like to welcome you as well. And I would like to start talking about the products because a lot of the people who are listening to might not understand what are the products of OnPassive. So between yourself, Milo, Dan, and Marty, would you like to talk a little bit about that? Please feel free to open your mic and speak, and then I can call on the next person after that. So, Dan Street.
I'll start.
Okay, Marty, thank you.
One thing everybody needs to remember what Ash said before we get into the products that we do know about. He said, I have things that I want to bring up to all the founders, but I want to make sure the founder position is closed first, because I do not want people to come in because of what I'm about to say. Now, I don't know about you, but that must be some pretty powerful stuff, okay? And he said the world will flip upside down. I believe he has things that we don't know that are bigger than what we do know. Let's put it that way. There are things out there that he has right now, which is in my follow-up tomorrow, that are in the process of being patented, which means they work. You can't patent something if it doesn't work. In fact, part of the patent process, you have to prove that it works. Now, as far as the products we have, Ash did something that was genius. He took products that were already out there in the world and being sold for billions and billions of dollars. We are in a process with a company as big as we are that the total cap is probably over $1 trillion. The total market cap for everything in OnPassive that we know about is probably over $1 trillion. Now, a lot of companies start into the business world of competition. Can I do what they're doing for a little bit cheaper and maybe a little better? Sometimes that's questionable. So that's the fight they're in. It's been that way for 100 years. Ash is in the world with, I'm going to take what everyone has made, redo it, take out every bug that everyone hates, make it unlimited, and a cost that a company would have to spend more than they have already to try to catch up to what he's already done. Trying to catch up and building a company from scratch with heart are two different things. And you're going to see in the next few years companies playing catch up. And we're talking billions and billions and billions of dollars to catch up. And let me tell you the problem with that. The company was built on money. All companies are built on money. Money first. Yes, you have to have money to sustain your business, but they were built on money first. What does that mean? You have a boatload of shareholders expecting dividends and money, big money, every year. If you want to be the one that walks back into that boardroom and say, look, there's a monster online right now called OnPassive. They built a whole company under value and with heart, with artificial intelligence. They're offering what we have 80% less in cost. Are you guys willing to give up 90% of what you've made last year? Let me answer that for you. Hell no. Okay? They're not going to do it. Now, when you go into the value, everybody, and I'm talking about industry, I'm talking about people, I'm talking about governments, companies, when they go for products in their business, the first thing they try to do is knock down their overhead. Because if they can knock down the overhead, the profit margins move up. It's just automatic. So you introduce to a company that's using Zoom at the higher level, 10 grand a month, and tell them, listen, we're going to give you the same thing. We're going to give you the same type of thing, 80% less in cost. I don't know the exact number, doesn't matter. And by the way, it's unlimited at 80% less cost and AI induced. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not sure there's going to need to be a lot of thought in that. Oh, I don't know if I want to save that much money. It's ridiculous. Everybody wants to save that much money. Nobody's in love with a company. No one. They're in love with what they can get for the value. When Ash brought up value 2.5 years ago, I thought he was crazy. What is he talking about? He said it over and over and over. Finally, in this thick head, I went, oh my God, I get it. I get it. And that's where we're at now. We're in a company that was built from the beginning to give value. It's hard for these other companies to play catch up. No doubt about it. That's not my opinion. It's fact. If you know anything about business, that's fact. Anyway, that's all I have.
Marty, that was great. And I was thinking more 50%, but 80%. Wow, that's I mean, even at 50%, people's going to do it. But what amazing thing what you just said. But one of the things that I got from the thing Monday, which I love, old create. I love, old mail. I think those are all great things. And all the different ones. Old connect. What that will do for people, make a TV studio out of it or whatever. But the thing, I don't know if you guys caught this, there was something that really caught my ear when he did it. And then I went back, I listened a second time. And do you remember when he said, we're going to have On Passive University? And he said, we're going to have On Passive University, and On Passive University was going to have a marketing plan. It was going to have It's going to teach you all this stuff. Do you know how big that is? Do you know how much you would have to pay just for that? I mean, anyone that doesn't sign up for that, man, I feel sorry for you. I mean, because you can only learn from it and you can see how that he does it. I can't wait to see how he does it. Marty, me and you and Dan, some of us have been online for a long time, Julie, doing this thing. And what's the hardest thing? The hardest thing is getting traffic to that website. And I tell people, I say, man, you can have the most beautiful website in the world. You can design it. It can look beautiful. Everything can work good. But if nobody goes to it, guess what? You make no sales. It's all about the traffic going to there. He's going to teach us that in On Passive University. That was my takeaway. And Dan, I see your hand up. Come on down and talk to us, brother.
Oh, thanks, Milo. I don't have a whole lot to add other than the fact that, all of the products that we have, all of the products that have been introduced to us, I just think about the 10%. We don't know 90% of the potential of every single one of those products. And when you look at what he said the other day, he almost set aside the O-mail, and he said, oh, the one you guys have versus the one that is going to be out there for the public. I mean, I guess that one is going to be incredible. We haven't seen it yet. O-mail is going to be unbelievable for us. I just honestly believe that. But, so as far as all of the products that we have, I just don't have a doubt that they're going to be above and beyond anything that is out there. And the way that it is marketed and the way that it's going to be introduced to the world is, and people are going to, and the way Ash is branding our company right now, people are going to buy that product, whether just because of the Unpassive name. But I'll just end with this real quick. What I'm looking forward to is the product that he introduced to us the other day is the wireless powerless TV. You know, that's the one I want. You know, think about that. He goes, what about if we had a wireless powerless TV? So everybody think about that for a minute. That just gets our mind going, and it keeps us stimulated as to the imagination and the creativity of our CEO and founder Ash Mufareh, and the vision he has, and the patents that he has on a lot of physical products, as well as the products that we have that are digital.
Wow. Oh, I'm loving it. I am so loving it. Just sit here and kind of discuss about that. But I'm going to hold my thought. I'm going to have William. William, if you would please unmute your mic.
Yes. Hello. Hi, Julie. Hi, Milo. Hi,
Hey,
Chris.
William.
Hi, Marty. My take on all of that is like we're becoming the school. That was my take on that. So no matter if you're younger or older, you're gonna have an involvement of knowledge that's gonna surpass the human intelligence. So I believe also, like Connect with the AI induced in different languages, we're going to have a better concept of going to webinars or any organizations like church. They speak in French. You can get the link and you can hear it in your English, and you're going to learn different, how would you say it, verbalization of different languages. It's going to be fun, not just a chore. It's going to be different directions, and people are going to see the directions you're going to go in and say, and I don't think like the reseller position is a bad thing, because actually people will want to buy, and like Marty is saying, organizations and big companies, as soon as we're the product itself, so we're introducing this to the world. That's my take. I think it's a wonderful thing.
Absolutely, William. You know, I'm actually sitting here listening to what you said, William, and then Dan and Marty and Milo. Here's the things I think that I see that Unpassive is so valuable for me, right? Just one very small example, right? If you want to make a video and editing a videos right now that you create, you're going to have to choose so many other platforms to help you to put a video together, right? Every of those platforms has a limitation for you to get access to what they're offering. And if you need more, you have to pay more in order for you to create a complete video or an image for you to post to what you want, right? Unpassive give us the simplest solutions to do all that together in one platform of Unpassive, where if you are a founder of Unpassive, you get access to all of the products and you could do that together. As for me, I love doing videos, but I can't do it now because I don't get access to things like that. And I don't want to spend money to buy one piece of music here, one piece of artwork here, one piece of that here. And you know what? Why am I saying this? It's because I feel that is a struggle for so many of us. That literally put a stop on your creativity, right? On your thinking, on where you can go. And that's the reason why I wanted to take this opportunity to shout out to Bill Musk, Tim Johnson, and John White. You know why? Because they spend the money. Bill spent the money to buy all that program, all of that, in order for them to put on videos and images that we have. It's out of their spend. It's out of their expense to be able to put that for us. And look at all the background image every time that webinars or shows going. They do that on their own dimes, their own time, their own money. And yes, they have to pay for a certain platform to be able to use and put it all together for us. So I wanted to take this opportunity and just want to shout out to them, especially to Bill Musk production, Bill Musk brand, because I believe that what he does, and it doesn't matter how much it costs, he does it because of what he loves to do and because of all the videos. And I trust me, if you have something that you wanted to do, if you have a thought and you want to be creative, you said, can we do this together? And he always say yes. But by saying this, I don't mean you to contact Bill, because he has a lot of work doing it for a lot of the people that he's been working on with. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank them, to shout out to them, and for their creation as well. So if you're currently watching this, the segments that we are doing, if you are those people who wants to be creative, who wants to doing things, and the access of current what we are having right now, it's so expensive. My daughters too, she loves putting videos together. But every time she comes in, Mom, can I buy this? Can I buy this? And every time it's either $4.99 or this and that. And it takes a lot of other platform to put together a video. And to me, on Passive offering those program, those products for me to be able to, drag and drop, cut, put it all together. And it doesn't cost me money, every single time I need it, then that is the most valuable for me. What's your thought, Milo?
Absolutely, Julie. That's a great thing. And value. And I know you said it earlier, and that's what we're talking about here. And anyone that does a video and knows about it knows you got to render a video and you got to put things together. And I know I was talking with Marty, and he has to piece things together to make one video. Guess what? We're not going to have to do that no more, Marty. How good is that going to be? Same way with me. I sit there sometimes and you put something together and then you render it and you make it into an MP4 so it can go to YouTube. Then you got to load it to YouTube. And all that takes time. Imagine when we have an internet that is 10 times faster. It's like, boom, you hit the button and it'll go, Is that going to be a good thing? That is huge value when you can save people's time. And like you said, not only it's got everything under the sun that you want. If you're a musician and you're using Cakewalk, or you're using Studio, or you're using any of these different platforms that are out there, recording, Audacity, any of the recording things, now you have it where you've got all that product that you can make as one, and you can do it on the own passive line without switching back and forth. A beautiful thing.
Absolutely, Milo. I know that you are doing a lot of the video for Julie and Milo's show. You do have to use program in order to put them all together. And it costs out of your pockets as well to be able to do that. Am I correct?
Absolutely. It costs it. And the other thing, here's the other thing that is so great about On Passive. Do you realize when you get that product, you get all the updates free? Where else does that happen? No place. you buy a product and all of a sudden, you know, they want to say, well, you need to update to do this. And then now you got to update to do that. And so some little program that might start out, you know, with a certain price, all of a sudden, every year or every so often, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger because you want to do something that it will do, but they don't allow you to do it because you got to have the update for that. With On Passive, you won't have updates because the updates are all free.
Exactly, exactly. And so I love this discussions, and I don't know if our friends here like to say anything. If you like to add to what our discussions here, we would love to hear from you as well. While waiting for your hands, Ray, I just wanted to let you know that this coming Saturday on the Julie and Milo show, we are not having Julie and Milo show because we have the absolutely awesome show from On Passive. And it is something that we wanted to share it out to the world because it is, according to Mr. Ashmufar, it's going to be the last display coming to us from Dubai. Or there might be things that are surprising. We don't know. But Saturday, Julie and Milo show is canceled. And in place of that, there's going to be a beautiful, beautiful show. So if you are currently watching and if you don't remember the link that you can watch via YouTube, you could either subscribe to the current channel that you are watching right now. Look at the subscribe button. If it's red, that means you haven't subscribed yet. Please click on the subscribe button and the bell to make sure that you get notified when there is one of these live coming out. And if you are a subscriber on the channels that you are currently watching, we appreciate you very much for doing that. Please plug in on Saturday. Like I said, it's going to be a beautiful show on Saturday. Now, a lot of people who are currently watching right now do not understand what is it to become a founder of On Passive. Dan, would you please give us, you know, a little bit about what is being the founder and how much does it cost, if you don't mind, Dan? Please, thank you.
What is it to be a founder? Well, we all don't even know all of the amazing benefits that we're going to get becoming a founder. It's an amazing position to be a founding member of On Passive, which will be ending very soon. I would say within the next few weeks, there will be no founding positions available. And that means not just for a little while, that means forever. They're gone forever. So yes, it is a minimal fee. It's very affordable, $97. And then we always say the $5 fee for the credit cards, and you are a founding member. That fee pays for your founding membership for 1 year. So we do all kinds of videos. I mean, you guys, we all do. We do guest webinars. We do webinars all week long to promote the fact that the founding membership is the most amazing position. And we do not even know all of the benefits that Ashmufara has in store for all his founding members. But for $97, I don't know why anybody would not do it. And if you have friends and family, please introduce them to it because it is generational wealth for all of us.
Absolutely, so, Dan. It's a beautiful thing. And we don't know what we've got. We really don't know what we got. But we do know, I mean, if I take just what I know that I'm going to get for free because of On Passive, it more than, not 97 one time, but I mean 97 every month I probably pay. You know, because I have a website and I pay on my website, I pay $26.73 a month. Okay. I've got domain names. Who knows how much I pay for them? I don't even know, but I'm sure it's in the thousands of dollars a year because I have a whole bunch of domain names. I don't use them all, but I got them and I'm hanging on to them, you know. And but when it comes over, you know, I'm gonna move them over. What about autoresponders? I don't have any, but anyone that's got an autoresponder, those can go up to $250 a month. You know, I've seen them as low as $25. But the good ones, you know, you might pay a couple $100 a month to do that. Now what about, let's go to Omail. What about Omail? Of course, we don't pay anything for Gmail right now, but we go into Omail and all of a sudden you can hit a button and it'll send out to 1 million people. Are you kidding me? Who in their right mind, as far as that's out there that's promoting stuff right now, does not want that? And I'm talking about businesses. It doesn't have to be a marketer. It can be a business. How about a church? How about a church that's sending out, a newsletter? Or how about an insurance company that wants to send out a newsletter to everyone in their company? Would they be interested in that Omail? Absolutely. I mean, and it's secure. So these are some of the things. Connect. I look at Connect. I pay right now for my Zoom. I think I pay $27 or something, but it'll only handle 100 people. Now, what would a company pay for someone that'll handle millions? It's unlimited. I know with OwnPassive, I think, if I'm not mistaken, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we pay over $8,000 for 20,000 people, right? Is that right, Marty?
That's right. That's right.
So,
And sometime it get to like 12,000. People start getting kicked out because it can't handle.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're going to have all of this available to us. So when you look at that whole thing and then you say, what else is going to come that we don't know about? What about internet service? What about a phone service? What about TV? What about having, like you said, have that TV that's wireless and just you can take and move it any place in your house. You don't have to have a cord. You don't have to have a chase running down. You think people's going to want that? I guarantee you they are. Anytime you got something new like that and you're building a brand, which is what we're doing and Ash is doing, is building that brand so that everyone knows that it represents quality. It's quality. I don't know if any of you did a look on the Mercedes-Benz stuff, but it was kind of interesting what I found on there. But anyway, back to you, Julie.
Thank you, Milo. I just wanted to remind everyone, if you're currently on the Zoom right now, I put on the chat. It's a short, I would say, presentations that has all the nuggets that one wants to understand about OnPassive. Marty put the splash page together for us. And if you are looking for something that's short and to the point to share it to your customers, your future customers, please take that with you and then share it out and ask them to get back with you. And if they want to know more information, what you could do is you could bring link number 50 to them as well. And if you're currently running a channel that are doing live stream right now for this program, you're more than welcome to copy the link and then put it in the chat that you're chatting there, just so that people that are currently watching live stream be able to know, how to get back with you or more details, because some of the presentation that Mike Ellis does on there, it's really incredible. And you also want to listen to the unicorn that talks a little bit about the opportunity as well. So feel free to take that link and share, and then we'll prepare for, and then also you might want to invite them to Saturday as well, right? The top.live. You also wants to add that in there also, so that your future customer could come and join and watch the potential opportunity that they are being offered. Right. I see Violet, hands is raised. Violet from Canada. Would you like to say a few words, or not a few words, but would you like to share what's in your thought? What's in your mind?
Yes. Did I hear correctly that the way I understood is if you're in church and you could put on headphones and listen to the message in your language. They're doing it in English, but you're not very good with English. You're maybe Russian or Polish, Portuguese, whatever. And you can hear the message in your language. Did I hear that correctly?
Marty, would you like to address that, or Milo?
I don't know, Marty, maybe you know something different. I don't. I don't know
Through
100%.
Open- Yeah, Milo, through Open Connect, yeah, that's gonna be possible. If you're-
That's what
if
I
that
would.
if that church is going through O Connect, but the voice translation, yes, that is possible.
Okay, I will be talking to the pastor soon. The administrator told me where to go. And so I'm going to get a one-on-one with the actual senior pastor, and we'll get this going. Thank you. You guys are amazing, by the way. I really, really appreciate the background searching and whatever to be able to speak intelligently to us geeks, us. My son, I'm always asking my son something. He says, "Mom, when are you gonna learn this?" It's like, okay, but you guys do it so we can understand it. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Violet. It's good to have you with us here. All right. Anyone else would like to say anything else? We've got 15 minutes. And if you're not, Julian, Milo, just keep talking. I'm kidding. I think there's
Hey, Julie.
yes, Marty.
Yeah, let me add something. For everyone, listen, anything you hear or learn, if you have a team, always pass it to them. This is no time to snooze, okay? Things are going to be happening very, very quickly. Like, even after the Saturday, we shift into other things going on every week. So you want to be caught up. You want to know what's going on or find out. Look, nobody can be here all the time. You know, I mean, I understand that people have jobs and all that, but it doesn't really take that long to get caught up because you can go in and find something that happened that day. There's updates every day by somebody, and do that. I want you to do that because I don't want to see anybody left behind. I'm getting people now that I don't know where they were or where they climbed out of, but they're asking me stuff that is, you know, back from the beginning. And I'm going, whoa, I can't help you. You got to go look at this video, and try to get caught up. I don't have 6 months to try to tell you where we are now. I mean, it's totally a different animal. So, but really, if you can, explain to people what's going on, tell them where to go. Anytime that, a lot of times Ash has been on almost every week. He also comes onto a lot of shows because it's information time. You need to know. And I also, one more thing. Everybody here, this could be $1 trillion company one day. What does that mean? There's enough room for everyone to shine, okay? It's not about 1 or 2 or 50 or 100 people. At the end, as things are going, don't look around and say, man, I wish that was me. It is you. You have the chance. You don't have to be a video person. You can do anything. This company needs all the tools, not just a hammer, not just a screwdriver. Whatever you're good at, whatever you're comfortable doing, go do it. And if you can help someone or do something, people notice, okay? People notice. You think, oh, nobody knows who I am. That's not true. I trust me. I'm looking at everybody on the screen, and I know for a fact Ash knows every one of you, without a doubt. So don't think nobody knows who you are. They don't know what you're doing. It's important because as time goes, right now you think you're a grain of salt, but when 1 billion people come in, you're going to be the top people in the company. It's that simple. So do what you can. It depends on what you want, but there's no reason if you're feeling like, oh, I think I have something to offer it. Now's the time. Whatever it is, help where you can, go where you can, contribute what you can. Don't try to be somebody else. I don't want to be Chris Johnson, right? I mean, do you? No, but I mean, are we lucky to have them? Yes. Do you want 5 of them? For the love of God, no. Anyway, that's all I got.
That's good stuff, Marty. All right, it looks like we got 2 hands up. So we're going to take those 2 hands and then we'll close it down for the night. So first up, we have Mr. Mamodu. Come on down, brother.
Yes, sir, Mr. Milo. Sorry, first of all, my video is off. I'm in the middle of providing care. But, you know, when you announce 15 minutes, I just want to thank you all for what you've been doing for us and still and continue to do for us. As I always said, I don't have no problem. I always energize whatever I am doing because I know what is coming for me and for my family and for my whole country. I just want you to know that I am one of the Mother Teresa of Mr. Ash for my country, Sierra Leone. And I can't wait for me to leave from here and go to Sierra Leone and develop it the way Mr. Ash wants us to eradicate poverty. Poverty starts at home. You start from your family. If you're able to eradicate poverty within your family, then you'll be able to go within your community. There are poverty everywhere. And then if you address your community, then you move to the country. And that's how we'll be able to conquer this poverty in the whole world, because now we are more than 1.3 million Mother Teresas. So I believe that we will be able to change this world the way Mr. Ash wanted it to be. So I just want to thank you very much for what you've been doing for us, and I'm with you all. Thank you very much. Captain Chris and Mr. Mary, I'm with you all. God bless you.
Thank you, Mamodu. Thank you for always being here with the Julie and Milo show. And
you're welcome. You're welcome, Miss Julie.
Thank you. And yes, we could be the Mother Teresa around the world. And
yeah, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
All right. Sister Marcian, if you would please unmute your mic.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Julie. And just like Mamadou said, I wanted to thank you and Chris plus Maddie for the TikTok video. Maddie, thank you so much. Those TikTok video, I've been sharing it and it's so good. When you get them, share them on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, you have all the full video and you can download it on your own phone, on your own device, and send it to all your people in your file that they are on WhatsApp or in another form. Thank you so much. Those videos are really, you don't have to tell anything. You just get the video and share it out there. I think the secret is for us that we don't know how to present or how to tell people about the company, just get the picture. Every picture has a means. Every picture that they put out there, that Bill Moss and all his team, they give us, if you read, you see on those pictures, he's getting a meaning. He's telling you something. Get those videos, share it. That's the secret. Don't even worry. Just keep sharing it to everybody that you know. That's it. Don't worry about are they listening? Are they looking at it? Keep sharing it. And one day they will get upset and say, what is this? Let me listen. That's the secret. And I just want to thank you guys so much for taking your time, making this video for us. I'm one of the people that when I got the video, they assure me, even if I don't open it at that moment, I open it and I make sure that I share at least in one form. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marcian. And what a beautiful day we've had. And I'll tell you what, this is a great meeting, I think. And what I like about this is when people talk and they share things, I just want to show one thing to you that I never even thought about. Violet come on, and Violet said, hey, can you speak in a different language or can you hear in a different language? And I never really thought of it. And Chris says, yeah, using O Connect. And I thought, wow, and that is true because if it comes that way, but let's go a little bit further. If you have O Connect in a church, and I know in a church, the sound system is usually either too loud or too soft, okay? It's too loud or too soft for someone. So what happens if you're running on O Connect and a person puts their headphones in or whatever, and guess what? They can control their volume and be sitting right there in the auditorium and looking. Now what happens, let's go a step further. What if you're at a big concert and you're sitting in the upper row seats and the sound might not be as good as it is up close or someplace else? What happens if you buy a spot, or even if they just have, if they're running on Oak Connect, they're giving that out on Oak Connect, you put headphones on, you control your own sound. This is a marvelous thing. I mean, that could be a game changer for people. And, I never thought of it. I don't know, maybe someone else did, but I never thought of tying those two together like that, that you could do it. And honestly, you can do it. Even I know that a lot of times you have sales seminars and stuff where you want to bring people from all around the world in, but you can't because there's different languages. Okay, so how cool is it that you're running on English and you're running the thing through O Connect, and you're sitting there listening on your headphone and it's always coming out English, regardless what they're talking about, or vice versa. If you're speaking Japanese and you're sitting there and someone's speaking English, it's coming out Japanese. So that's what I like about these. Sometimes the question that's asked is not actually, it goes further than that. It might go, someone else might think of something else that it might do. So I want to thank you all, because remember, if you was not here, we would not have the Julie and Milo show. It'd just be me and Julie talking, and we do that on the phone. So, but anyway, Julie, back over to you. I'm done.
Absolutely. We do talk quite often about on passive, and this is the things that we love to do. So I like to thank you, Marty, so much for always supporting us. And also thank you, Dan, for coming on here with us and give us a lot of your wisdom as well. I also like to thank you, everyone who spoke today. That is why you're here, because we would like you to share and speak your mind, ask your questions if it needs to be. I'd like to also thank you, Lynn, for always being here and support us behind the scene. She doesn't talk, but she just come on and she just taking care of our panel to make sure that, mic needs to be turned off where it needs to be. I'd like to also thank you, everyone who are continuously supporting the Julie and Milo show, and everyone who are currently watching on our live stream right now. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please do that, because Saturday coming up, we are going to have a beautiful webinar, a beautiful event or displays that you want to watch. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please make sure.
What time Saturday? What time Saturday?
It will be sent out. I know that we canceled the Julie and Milo show for a reason, so it might be around that time. Chris, do you remember?
1:30. 1:30.
1:30.
I'm not just a lousy voice. I know some things.
Thank you, Chris. I don't have it right in front of me, and I didn't want to give out the wrong time. That's why I defer Violet to the back office later. So thanks so much, Chris. Yes, please make sure that you share that with your customers, potential team, however you call that. Please do share and have them join you as well on that day. So thank you so much, everyone. Good night from Orange County, California.
Good night from there.
Good night. Thank you. Bless you.
Bless you, Violet.
Good
Canada.
night.
Good night from Maryland. God bless you.
Glad to get back at it. Good night from Arkansas.
Good night, everybody. Great webinar.
Good
Good night,
Massive
everybody.
rock. It's nice.
Thank you very much.
Good
God bless you. Oh, Maria. Good night.
That's the next level up top. Whoa.
Bye, Sherry.
Good night. Good night. I think I got it.
See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Yeah.